Building brand loyalty through community engagement.
There's no point in building a school, spending all your time making videos, courses, etc. for only 10% of the people to actually use it.
It's hard to build communities because once you've built a community, you've got your own distribution channel then for whatever you want to sell or promote.
Forever. As long as it's done correctly and you haven't got 10,000 registered users and 100 of them turn up. Otherwise, you're not going to sell much of your product.
How can I create a community for Rupert without it being, hey, this is a community, which everyone does?
Doing something different than just buying a course.
I got collared the other night, Nick. I spent 80 quid
You spent 80 quid the other night.
on a live feed on TikTok. He's built a community now. They're on every day. Like, I'll see you tomorrow when I get paid and stuff. Unbelievable. I even deleted TikTok on my phone because I was like,
You've had to delete TikTok off
just
your
in
phone.
case, because I was like, I know my personality. I
Just got to get people engaged and pull them back in again.
can't believe I bought packs of Pokemon cards.
Isn't your missus going to be like, why have you got Pokemon cards?
Oh yeah, totally. Welcome to the Fame Mark Show, everybody.
Good to have you here, Michael, James.
The doctor's in the house.
Yeah, always in the house now, dressed as a doctor. It's basically my thing.
You feel different when you put the coat on.
A little bit. It's annoying to put the coat on though,
Why?
because it's a bit. My shoulders are so big.
You burst.
It does. What I'm wearing now, because I'm wearing a shirt underneath and a t-shirt, is a little bit big. So today, James, want to introduce what we're talking about?
Yeah, totally forgot it. It is building brand loyalty through community engagement.
Which I think is perfect timing, because we can discuss school. So, what? A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about school, weren't we? We were talking about school a couple of weeks ago and how it's all set up and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I thought this would be a good one because I've basically, a lot happens in 2 weeks when you start a new little community.
What's the school count on?
107.
I'll check if it is.
107 subscribers to the school. But
108.
108, okay.
In hot.
Okay, but where after you get the initial excitement of you've got a new school, everyone's joined it, fantastic. You've then got the world of engagement, which is what this topic is about, and it's getting people to actually engage with it and come back in because you see the same faces. So there's a little thing on there which basically has who's online. And it's great to see a few people online, but you're seeing the same people back and forth. So then you say to yourself, where's the other 90? And they're not engaging. So it's the fact that they're coming in and basically looking at some content and that's it.
Just lurking.
Yeah. Lurkers. So I came across another group where it helps you to grow your school. It's not affiliated with school. It's got nothing to do with it. But it's this guy called Doug who's got a very large group, and he basically educates you on what's going on in the group and how to grow your group and how to engage your group.
So it's like a school group about school.
Essentially, how to grow your community. And but it's not affiliated with school. So I joined this morning. It took me 3 days to get access. Whereas when someone tries to get access to my school, they're straight in. You know, I see it. I'm basically addicted to send and receive to see if someone comes into the school. Except for me, I had to wait 3 days to get into this one. And I also received an email saying, these are the rules. So I was like, oh, gosh.
It's a bit like a Facebook group, isn't it? Where they just say, if you want to join, you have to accept.
Yeah. So after my name now, I'm #lurker until I actually get past stage 2. And then I can start accessing the courses. So it's brought me to think a lot about how my school work, because there's no point in building a school, spending all your time making videos, courses, etc., for only 10% of the people to actually use it. So that's basically what I've got to spend a lot of time doing. So it's early mornings, watching videos, trying to figure out how this works. To build this community, because there's a lot of successful people in that community. I think we were only talking today, Michael, weren't we, about just how much some of the money people are making on that.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a leaderboard thing on school. What is that?
That's opening. So that's opening the modules. So everything you do when you complete. So every time you watch a video or a different module stage, you have to tick that you've done it.
Oh, okay.
Once you've ticked, you've done it. It then you move up the categories.
I didn't really know you had modules and stuff. I know I could get the. I knew you had like classroom sections, but
Well, have you added mine in today?
I got distracted by the fixing the hard drive thing.
Added your in what?
Has it been done now?
No, because I was doing that.
Is it even on like YouTube yet?
No.
You know, it's just not done. Okay, fine.
What is it?
My LinkedIn Live.
It will be done. I just haven't done it.
How did it go?
Nailed it every week. It's 12 minutes
Yeah.
in my
I
bedroom.
was 16 minutes today.
Just done.
I think 45, like they were sort of suggesting, is just too long.
No, way too long.
Yeah.
It's easy to digest.
I think it would work if you had like if lots of people were commenting or something.
Yeah, I don't get anyone. I get no one asking me any questions. But I think I had 12 stay to the
Yeah.
end today.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was going to say with I saw going on your school thing that there's been some people like there was. I think you spoke about it earlier that Sarah woman asking for help with her.
Yeah. So they're the ones who are active. They're actively in it, and they're doing different things and passing different modules, which is great. So I've got ideas of I've got ideas around growing it. But yesterday I went on a Go High Level call, which is talking about the new thing called community and Go High Level. And James, we had a conversation about this yesterday.
Yep.
And then I found this school and immediately went, I'm so glad I'm on school and not on Go High Level's version. The amount of help you can get on school to grow your community through this, like this one I've just found.
Yeah.
How long is it going to be before that? So up until today, I've been and going into that group, I kind of thought you're on your own. It's something else you need to learn. You're going to upload videos on it, and you've got to figure it all out as you go.
Yeah.
And I think that's most of the world on all these different things. Like you've got Kajabi and things like that, which are these other platforms where you can host your courses. Now, Kajabi is a bit bigger, so there probably are a lot of people. But what I found really good with school is that I've just come across these. It's like they're promoted to you. See what I mean? But not in a sales point of view.
And the sort of.
Whereas Go High Level's version, well, I say version, it's a complete replica. They've copied it. It's like they've taken the designer and gone, you now work for us, but make that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Apart from they've changed the word, the word classroom is something else. It's just like they've painted it classroom. They can't use that word. Identical. But then you're just on your own growing something. And up until yesterday, it felt like, not that I'm going, oh, I'm on my own, but you are just like, right, how do I get this to do that? How do I get this to do this? How do I get that to do that? And I've even noticed that under the name, the Ads Clinic, when I go to this other guy's where I'm learning, he's got links which lead you out of school to different places. So you can have your like one-to-one consulting link, which is always there. But I can't find that in my settings. So I think that's.
You have to get to like a certain. Because
I think it's techie things. I think it's where you go in and actually do a little bit of code stuff to actually make certain other things happen. It's just experience. But I've got a plan that we're a long way off, but we'll eventually get there through the help of this. It's really in depth, this course thing I've registered with. But it's cool. It's a cool system. But it needs structure.
Everything needs structure.
It needs structure of how to grow it.
It's hard to build communities. It's very hard. Because once you've built a community, you've got your own distribution channel then for whatever you want to sell or promote.
Absolutely, forever. As long as it's done correctly, and you haven't got 10,000 registered users and 100 of them turn up. Otherwise, you're not going to sell much of your product. Because what they're all going to in some kind of way is some kind of paid. Whether it's selling another course, whether it's selling another training, whether it's one-on-one, they're all leading to it. But his community of, I think there's 2,500 in it. And when I go on, there's like hundreds who are online at any one time, all active.
How many has he got in his community?
2,500.
What's he called? Doug.
All free, but if he's got a good conversion rate of those sort of people who are then converting to other things, it's a lot of people to go through, isn't it?
Yeah, because I've been pondering on Rupert in terms of how do you obviously building a community is great if you can do it, but it's like the marketing world has a lot of communities, doesn't it? You've got Marketing Meter. There's honestly you could go. There's tens and tens and tens and tens of them. So it's like how can I create a community for Rupert, but do it slyly? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Without it being, hey, this is a community, which everyone does. So I texted you two the other day about, I emailed you both the other day about, do we do a challenge? Everyone loves a challenge. Everyone loves accepting a challenge, and social media managers seem to resonate with them. So do we do a challenge, which is reply to every comment in 30 days and see what the uplift is in terms of reach, engagement, all the rest of it. But obviously the backdoor play is for them to use Rupert to use that. And then obviously after 30 days, they see enough value in it to then become a paid user.
It's kind of gamifying it.
It is gamifying it.
Because that's how school's successful. It's gamification. The whole platform's built on gamification, get people engaged and going higher up and getting rewarded for certain things. Like if I reached tier 8, 2 things happen. He spends a day with me online. He's obviously in the States. He spends a day with me of his time where we go over my whole community, and he helps look for any bottlenecks or anything that could be changed. And then he also interviews me and then puts me on a pedestal in his community of 2,500 people.
How hard is it to get to that then?
Don't know yet.
Is it like you get to the arcade and it's like how many tickets?
Yeah, it will be something like that. Like it will be. I would have thought by the time you've got there, you are celebrating a pretty cool community as it goes.
Actually, talking about communities, I know we talk about this a lot on this little podcast. TikTok lives are unbelievable for communities. I said to Michael, I got collared the other night, Nick. I spent 80 quid.
You spent 80 quid the other night?
On a live feed on TikTok.
What, on a product?
Like 1 a.m. or something.
On a product?
So I was up late finishing.
Running?
No, my knee, I'm injured. My knee's hurting. I've got to be a bit careful. Anyway, off that. I'm going to the gym. Stacked. Not.
You can bring your glasses.
I did ponder on that. So, yeah, I was up in the kitchen, 1 a.m., something like this. It was the actual Sunday night. Weirdly, the night of the Super Bowl, but I didn't have the Super Bowl on. Weirdly. Anyway, so I was in the kitchen having a shit coffee. And I just started, just a quick look at my phone before I submitted this EIS stuff. And it was some guy opening Pokemon cards.
There's a lot of these Pokemon ones, yeah.
Nick.
Yeah.
Nick.
Like collecting.
But Nick, just the guy hooked me. So I'm like, I wonder how legit this is. So it was a kid from London. Obviously, you only see his hands, so you don't even see it. So I was like, I wonder how legit this is. And obviously, as a child, I used to collect Pokemon.
So when you
cards.
say legit, what's he doing?
He's
Going through
opening cards and then sending them to you in the post.
Like whatever, you pay for the packs and whatever.
You pay for the packs.
It sends you the cards.
So you could pull out, like some of them at the moment are retailing at some serious numbers. So I was just like, is this legit? And mate, there's a queue. He's just ripping pack after pack. 40, like literally.
So what comes out, someone will go, I'll have those.
No. If you pay for those packs.
He'll open it.
Yeah, no, whatever cards you get are your cards. So I was like, there you go, there's a guy doing it now.
Oh, so there's the show. You don't know you've just paid for it. You don't know what you're going to get. You might get a collectible.
Correct. So I'm like, is this legit? By this point, I've been up all night, the night before again, because Rudy's not sleeping. And I'm like, I wonder if this is legit. So I watched him for about 20 minutes while, stood up on my little thing. I'm like, I'm going to pay this guy for 10 packs. Because at the moment, there's some really, really expensive ones. I was like, let's just see. I'd won a big bet over the weekend. As you well know. Wouldn't want to go last night, actually. Let's just have a look. So he's like, hey, because it's Urky. Hey, Urky, nice to meet you. Right, let's open your packs then, right? You won't believe this. So, first pack, right? Bear in mind, there's some expensive ones on there. Out of the 10 most expensive cards, out of my first pack, I pull 2 out the top 5, I think, is most expensive. So I've made money on pack 1 before he's even opened up the other 9, right? Or 5, I think it was, whatever. So he pulled them all out and he's like, unbelievable. So he puts them in. So I'm expecting them in the post any day now.
How much are those cards worth?
I think one of them was worth 50 quid and the other was about 30.
And how much you've paid?
So at this point, I'm 37 quid in, right? So I'm like, okay, I've doubled money.
So 10 packs was 37 quid.
5, I can't remember. Just don't quote me on this. I don't know what it was.
That kind of money. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I have him on still, because now I'm just curious, still finishing this application. Ping. But he's built a community net. These guys are like they're on every day. Like, I'll see you tomorrow when I get paid and stuff. Honestly, these are communities now. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I go again. I was like, hey, John, you have enough face. I've made money on this one. I'm going to go again.
And how did you pay for it?
TikTok shop, Nick.
The same mechanism.
Unbelievable.
We've talked about. I think that's. Oh
Nick,
my god! I can't.
So he's done nearly 80.
I can't believe you've done that.
I know. Mate, I've even deleted TikTok on my phone because I was like, I reckon I could.
You've had to delete TikTok off
Just
your
in
phone?
case, because I was like, I know my personality. I'm like, so on the next pack, I then win again because I pulled another 2 or 3, which are like, so I've made money basically. I'm waiting them in the post. I'm going to go up to there's a card shop in Leamington. I'm just going to sell them there. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna delete this because I'm up. And it's fine with my betting because I understand what I can afford to lose, or the rest of it. If every time you're like 20 quid, that's all right. Suddenly, after a few days,
Yeah.
there was one lad. He must have done 250. A lot.
No way.
But the community must have been
You could get something amazing. You could get something.
just just rubbish. But, you just don't know, do you? But I went on to another feed, and there was something like 5,500 on this feed watching them. Community, Nick, all chatting. Unbelievable communities. Like, obviously, look, Pokemon has got a very strong,
Different to Facebook ads.
very different to Facebook ads. But yeah, no, built a community, and I have to say, I've actually spent money this week on TikTok Shop. Fair play. I'm waiting for them in the post though, just to see if it's legit.
I remember when they did when Logan Paul did one. He said it's £1 million. I think he might have paid $1 million. I can't remember. But they had like all these big like YouTubers and streamers that like pay like 500 quid or something for one of these packs. Because obviously, if you get something good out of it, because these are the original.
Yeah. I think.
It's like you make it.
Oh, Nick.
I even think like Drake's done it.
Yeah, Nick. I'll be honest. After that, I'm like, God, I'm reliving my youth now. And I used to love this.
Yeah, one of those sealed first edition boxes up for 233,000.
Serious money.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Serious.
Gary Vaynerchuk's into all this, isn't he?
Mate, unbelievable. I could get into it again. I was there going, I'm going to get these through the post. I'm going to be like, this is pretty cool.
It's the thrill of them opening it, and then you don't know what you.
Honestly, it's like a little dopamine hit every time. But they've built back to community and that brand loyalty. Again, they've got brand loyalty because people are going back to that same channel every time. And they've built those people just chatting in that feed. Unbelievable. I was astounded.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like I've kind of thought, well, what can for the community that I'm building? It's kind of like, do you do actually a live every day, a Q&A every day, so people are always coming back for this, or little challenges on how you can build an ad from beginning to end, but you kind of do it as a group. Kind of thing.
I did think about one for you the other day, actually, because obviously I know you're doing the school stuff. Could you do a double challenge, double day challenge? So you double your ad spend every day for 10 days.
Yeah, it's a good thought. It's just putting your ad spend up too quickly messes things up.
No, I know that's what it is.
But yeah, you could. There's got to be a way. Yeah, there's got to be something. It's doing something different than just buying a course.
Because I'm only on Facebook because of my running groups, and the amount of Facebook ad specialist ads I get is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's mad.
It is. Yeah, I'm just having a quick scroll through now, actually.
Because I was even thinking with Rupert, it's something like School Right for Rupert, where you're bringing people into a community, but it doesn't need to be. But then it's like, yeah, but you'd want that community to be on the platform. But then how can Because one of the things that I've got to do is getting people to introduce themselves to each other and things like that as they come in. So you actually feel like you're bringing. So that's what I'm sort of learning from this, because these guys are obviously built communities for years and they know all the tricks. But it's how do you do that? How do you do that for something like Rupert, where it's the same mechanism that someone's going to be brought back in. Yeah, which I know you've got those sort of things on your email automations, haven't they?
Yeah.
So something happens, they get brought back in. Something happens, they get brought back in. But if there's a way to gamify it in some kind of way, that they hit, reply, have the system, have the AI auto reply to a certain amount of things, gives you points, bring your negativity down, gives you points. Having a super clean thing for 2 weeks where you don't go above 10% negative gives you points.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's just trying to find out what, obviously with the Facebook ad, everyone's there to make money. So what's the money? If we use Emily at Emma's Diary, for instance, she's using it as her task because she's got a real big headache of having.
She's got a TikTok channel.
Has she? Lots of people on it. A few of them there have TikTok channels.
I've deleted it actually.
Oh.
So
I'll have a look. A few of them have got TikTok channels because they're interior. The people who work for them, the girls who work for them, they're all pretty good on social media.
Yeah, no, she's credits them. Yeah, fair play, Emily.
Okay, so it's like, okay, well, what? She's on there because she's got a problem because they post stuff to do with, babies and all this sort of stuff. They get some backlash. Those comments have to be sorted. So it's fixing a problem. But other people, when you're talking about the smaller businesses, how can they use that platform if they don't have loads of comments? Is it then void that they just don't need it? Or
Yeah, you could look at something you could do is look at the average response time, maybe. Use that as a gamification, as a leaderboard. You could do what percentage of comments do you respond to in a week?
Yeah, or what percent if you're let's say you're not having loads of comments, but you're responding to all the comments and not so you're educating people how to respond to someone in a way that could end up becoming positive and creating communication.
Yeah, but how do you score that?
That's what I mean.
So the average response time is really good because if you're getting back to people quicker, we know it spikes the algorithm. If you're just responding, it spikes it. So again, there's two metrics. The problem with the percentage of negative you're not in control of.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
No, yeah. Okay.
So you're not in control of that metric. Now, you are in control of how many you respond to, and and you could also do the AI responses, who's using AI versus not. So there's 3 leaderboards potentially up there. The problem with this is that, as I've come to realise,
built in and stuff.
It's all
Every
money.
idea is another 20 grand.
Yeah, like the idea that I had about the different buckets of comments rather than going to the filters we've got now, removing them and changing them. I had a quote yesterday, that's $5.5 grand. So although I know it's going to add so much value, I haven't got $5.5 grand.
No, it's an eternal thing one day that someone can just.
Yeah, but that one's really annoyed me really because I know that having a bucket of sales opportunities is going to add real value to the proposition.
Yeah.
Because at the moment you've got thousands of comments. Some of them have. How do you filter out, although good and bad, which is fine, but how do you filter out the ones where there's generally a sales opportunity?
Well, I had that on my Ads Connect one, didn't I? So I had those on that. Well, there was those cartoony ads went live, and that evening I got 2
comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
One was I had to stop myself from going back because he said, and I was thinking, no, you shouldn't go back. Then I thought Ricky Gervais and he loves going back. So I was like, I don't know what to do. So I left it. But he said, I love the way you're trying to help people do this, but you've written this in American, you've obviously used AI and used American terminology. And I was like, oh, have I? ChatGPT helped write the ads. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have a look at this. And I literally, for 10 minutes, I was looking at every single word that I'd written. And I was like, there's no American. I was thinking, is there a Z or is there an S? I'll show you it. You need to have a look because I can't figure it out. Then I even looked at the picture AI created that picture. It was a little experiment I did with a cartoon. AI made the cartoon. There's misspelling, but that's on purpose because it's kind of like cartoony graffiti or whatever. I was like, there's no American. I felt like going back to him saying, I appreciate your help and thanks for commenting, but I'm lost as to what you're saying. Maybe you don't know what American and English type, whatever grammar is. I was lost. And then another guy was, he said something which I couldn't work out if it's sarcastic or he actually, I'll be interested in seeing what people have thought of what you can do. And I said, go here and it'll take you to the testimonial page. That's a sales one, isn't it?
100%, yeah.
So as that was to grow and more things are going out, I'd be well interested in.
Why didn't you respond with something like "Hold my beer, go below"?
At that time, I was really wanting it to be plugged into Rupert, so that AI could have given it something witty.
Okay.
I couldn't think of anything witty. I was annoyed, but I wanted to use the platform for it.
Okay.
So I can see how it's getting that person to feel like I did with those, isn't it? And not just going, loads of in a way, it's kind of like you don't want them to go, loads of comments, I'll just let it. You kind of wait, just like you want it to get you like, who do you think you're talking to? Like you get a bit personal on it, don't you?
It's so angry, doesn't it?
You get a bit personal on it.
It's so angry.
And then have fun with what the
dare you?
AI is going to.
I've sweated blood and tears at university for 8 years to get my doctorate. How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you question my ability as a doctor?
I've had 2 comments. You can actually see how, imagine these famous people, you can't look because you just be like, open you up to them.
Did you see Nick's ice bath?
Yeah.
So just
Still haven't broken.
I knew it.
Same as everything else, 200 odd.
Do you reckon it's because you put about 80 million hashtags?
Is it because of that? Some people say put loads of hashtags.
Have you put any pay behind this?
No.
Why not?
Have I put paid behind it?
Yeah.
I was going to do another one and use it as an ad.
Oh, is it?
I thought it was all right, yeah. I should have waited 2 minutes until my bot.
I don't like
really
the CapCut needs to be stopped at the end. But
It's because when you're using CapCut for free,
yeah, but some
he could edit it off.
yeah.
Yeah. But there's plenty of people, even the big boys, who have the CapCut at the end. I noticed that actually Jamie Newlyweds podcast.
Oh, Lang.
Yeah, I think they're being sponsored by the one he's just
Opus.
because they left that logo big on their ones in the top right-hand corner. They leave it on there, so I guess they're being sponsored by Opus.
Yeah. I think they've pretty gone a few years.
I got an email saying I'm the person who, out of all the stats, uses Opus the most.
Oh, for who?
They could have just sent that email to everybody, to be fair. Because they put in, this is how many hours of content you've put into Opus. You're one of our...
That's a LinkedIn post, Michael.
Yeah. What's the word? I can't remember. You're almost
I mean, that's that's automated email from the system, isn't it?
Yeah, well
you
done.
hit a certain level.
I didn't know again if that's just like they've sent that to people who've uploaded one.
You're so sceptical of everybody.
I sent you a video today, didn't I?
I know how marketing works. You know what I mean?
I sent you that video the other day, didn't I?
What video?
I've sent you a video today to cut into
to
whack into Opus.
Shout out.
Because Precious has said she's running out of stuff for my organic.
Okay, I'll put 3 more of this in.
Yeah, so there we go. That was a few different things in topic and conversation in that one.
Prolific, that's the word I was looking for.
Oh, that's good. So you've created 368 clips from 87 projects, which makes you one of Opus Clip's most prolific users.
Shout out.
That's what we need. That's good. That's good engagement.
Yeah.
You're engaging with that platform.
That's not a bad thing for Rupert, to be fair, I suppose. If you say this was a year roundup. This was in December, so it was this year you've done this many clips. I don't know how you pull that information, but
it's not. Your account stands out as one of the top users of Opus Clips. Nice. Well done, mate.
And then they were like, "Do you want to upgrade to the business plan?" I was like, "I'm alright."
That's communities for you. Really hard to build, but all these things it's all just putting. You've just got to get people engaged and pull them back in again.
Well, I've had a lot of comments. Not that I've got a community by any stretch of the imagination, but a lot of people have commented on our vlogs recently, Michael. Which I give you a little shout out. The last 16 seconds of this week's vlog,
Very good.
I've got it back now as well.
very good.
And
But that's what I'm saying. That doing that last 16 seconds probably took like an hour or 2 hours. So
Yeah,
like,
but
I can't always make videos like that because James sees that and he's like, "Oh, you do that every time." I'm like,
I know, it's
"Yeah,
mad.
but
Well, next week's the big one.
yeah."
I'm looking forward to that episode.
I'm buzzing for it. Even that clip, I was like, go on then.
Yeah, yeah. You.
I had to go for a walk.
in the morning. You sent me that, and
I had to go for a walk. I was like, actually buzzing
So
this.
there popped out. Watch this. Last 16 seconds.
Unbelievable.
And the length was great because I was working. I had it on my other screen just playing, and it was just.
Nigel downstairs said it was brilliant. He said, I really like it.
I said to James.
He likes the.
Yeah.
He watches them today.
Yeah.
I said to James, I was like, "This current episode, I felt like we sort of nailed the format that we were trying to get."
I think that's because we listen to me.
Yeah, I know, but
Rather than being 39 minutes long.
yeah, but you sent me like 1,000.
Oh.
So I've got-
Polycop or whatever it is.
Longer than a Netflix episode.
Well, you're going to have a lot more content now. I've got these little bad boys.
Oh, Christ. Does it if you set it to automatically load up to his laptop?
Please, yeah, I'll get you my WhatsApp. Like
Yeah.
I say.
So these are going to be. There you go, I'm recording now. Can you see the light? Yes, I'm recording.
Is it a little button? Sorry.
Yeah.
What
It's
made
lovely.
you actually buy it? What was the one thing?
Luke's video.
What, you just saw that and you were like,
I rang him. I said, Luke, that is good. He said, if you're, because the problem with what I'm doing day to day is it's really hard to, apart from putting my phone next to me,
Walking
it's
along
so
with your phone
difficult.
almost, Yeah.
Whereas like,
if
even
you
just,
always, if you always put it down, you've always got the same angle every single time. And
exactly. So, but even the videos, like I'll show you when we finish, but some of the videos like shooting downstairs and we, for that little do we've just been to, really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Just gives a different dimension. Like tomorrow I'm in London in the evening for a SFC Capital Do.
Yeah.
Great. Walk around with these, meet people. It's cool. It's great.
Yeah, it is. And then it can be edited and you've got some nice little edits. But I told you last week about that TikTok food guy. Whole lot's been done on that, which is perfect because he's eating, isn't he?
The video, I'll show you the videos after, unbelievable quality.
I've seen videos on TikTok, to be fair. I don't know if you've seen it, like people who work in like professional like kitchens, like chefs. They like have either a GoPro or something like that, and you see them like cooking and going over and putting. It's really engaging, actually. It's like you're there.
Well, this is what I mean.
POV.
People are now seeing the nonsense I have to put up with on a Wednesday evening, huh? Right then, what marketing we've seen this week? Well, I'm going to start by, I've just told you, I actually spent money with a fucking TikToker and I bought some Pokemon cards.
Do you know what his name is? We could shout him out.
No, because I can't go on the app and see what his name is.
Say like Prodigal or something.
I couldn't tell you.
I'd like to add something to the TikTok conversation because I think we've had this little TikTok shops updates, haven't we, and what we're using it and stuff like that. I said to Michael today, so that thing there I bought, I see it on TikTok shop. So it's audio, and all the adverts are they walk away from the camera. Can you still?
Sorry,
hear
what
me?
have you
Can still
bought?
hear me?
I don't know. Sorry, you've not told me.
It's a little like.
Oh, little mic. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
so when I'm doing I can just have it attached to me or hold it.
To be fair,
Get the quality.
it's actually decent. Because Nick said it was like 16 quid. I was like, it's gonna sound
Well,
like
so they're on TikTok. I get a million ads a day for the same product.
Sorry, can I?
Yeah.
I bought some else on TikTok. A phone holder.
Is it the one that like attaches to the ceiling?
Correct. Yeah.
And goes to and
Yeah.
I was going to buy one as well for Felix.
£3.
I've seen 1,000 of those videos.
Yeah.
Has it come yet?
No, it's all.
So,
I
but
think I'm going to go home tonight and have about 1 million Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
A load of, like, I actually think, Nick, don't quote me on this. I think I've bought the same.
Right, can I finish this? What I was talking about?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
That's all I
No. So I didn't buy it off TikTok Shop. So on TikTok Shop, it was saying I wanted it because I had the idea in my head of something I wanted to do, and it was like come on the 17th to the 21st of February. I was like, oh, next week I need to quicker than that. So I looked on a couple of. Suddenly I've got all the feeds, so I'm looking at it. They're all the same delivery. So I'm like, they must have ran out. So I was like, what was the weird thing was I was like, oh, I'll leave it then. And then today, a day later, I went, I could just go on Amazon. I'd forgotten, because we mentioned this on a previous podcast, I'd forgotten Amazon exists.
The other way around. It used to be always like.
My mentality, has actually changed that I go to TikTok now to see the products and forget Amazon's there. So I've gone to Amazon, it's come through, next day delivery, 16 quid, brilliant. James, then I got that through 16 quid and I went, oh, it's annoying me now because I bet it was more expensive. So I've gone back onto TikTok to do a bit of due diligence and it's only $8.99 on TikTok. And then that was the reason I couldn't, because it's this, we're on the Lightning thing on our bottom of our...
USB-C, not Lightning.
But all these are advertising, because now it's an iPhone 12 is so old, they're all advertising C connections. And I'm like, I can't have a C connection. So that's why I went to Amazon as well. Anyway, came back, had to go through going to buy one, and it came to, what did I say, $12.99? I paid 16 quid. I was like, I'm only out 3 quid. I'll leave it. I was prepared to send that back to Amazon for 3 quid.
So does it work?
It's brilliant. We've done the recording today on it.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought it would sound like he's talking like a Pringles can or something.
He spent 200 quid on that Rogue one.
I didn't spend it.
Well, the business spent 200 quid on that Rogue one. That was 16 quid off Amazon. And I think the quality is the same. I don't have to download an app. All I have to do is go click in the bottom of my phone, talk. It's not bad, is it? Like this TikTok shop.
I'm hooked. Again, TikTok's left my house.
I feel like through this podcast, it's just been the gradual evolution of us. It's gone from like us talking about TikTok.
But isn't that so
TikTok
cool?
shop to now. Like,
But isn't that cool? But also, how quickly has that happened?
I see.
I'd love to see what episode it was. You can't listen to all the episodes, but what episode we talked about that. I reckon this is like in 4 months, we've gone from, I'm not too sure I'll use TikTok shop. It's a little bit dodgy to now. You, out of all people, have got parcels coming through. You'll be like Vicky's Paul. Whole room full of parcels. He's got Amazon.
Honestly, I can't believe I bought packs of Pokemon cards. Honestly, even I went after.
Isn't your missus going to be like, why have you got Pokemon cards?
Oh yeah, totally.
Once the adrenaline wore off, you were like, I want to do that.
Oh no,
Really
honestly.
comes and rips it.
But I was reliving my youth. I've even gone, actually, I could get back into this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'd just say my own annoyance is now that I'll sit down for lunch and I go onto TikTok to watch a bit of
Here
stuff.
we go, right. Forget about your annoyances. What marketing have you seen this week that you've enjoyed?
My marketing this week, there's a couple, I've got quite a few. Who should I go with first? Hexclad. We haven't talked about that for a while, have we?
I've been using your Hexclad a bit.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, yeah, you know, I stopped using it for a bit because it's just a bit big.
Now you've been to the gym, you can lift it. Because they are heavy.
No, I'm actually stoked.
So we at the beginning of these, when I first started coming onto these podcasts, we discussed Hexclad quite a lot. I got bought them. You've had one.
Gifted, can I just say?
Gifted. And we've then found out that Gordon Ramsay was an investor in it.
Yeah.
And Gordon Ramsay, Hexclad, have put it up on the Super Bowl adverts. They've invested into a Super Bowl advert, which is pretty big time. And it's a pretty big video where he actually goes, like a movie, he goes to Area 51, bumps into a woman who's going, we've got new alien technology. And it's like, what are you talking about, new alien technology? And he picks up a frying pan. She's like, that's just one of my Hexclads. I've got those at home. And she was like, yeah, but it's alien technology. Very clever. And they bring out some other actor, Hollywood actor into it. Big budget stuff. And then the final one, it's all been in the Super Bowl, is the advert the American Airlines getting sued from Kendrick Lamar, who did the music thing in the middle. He's doing a little bit of a dance where he goes round in a circle with the doctors, and American Airlines has put POV, your luggage as it's watching you trying to find it.
Brilliant. Love it.
Great.
Yeah, I like that.
So that's my marketing.
Before we finish, Michael, have you found all our folders?
Yeah.
All our content?
Oh, from the deleted hard drive. The
Everything.
corrupt head.
Alex is in the comments podcast. So we're back to square one. What have we learned from this, Michael?
Back up the backup.
Yeah.
So this was, yeah.
Did you have a little puka map?
I think he'd have been gutted. I think he would have been gutted going,
Yeah, because we were doing editing the newest episode of the In the Comments podcast,
which, Nick? Best episode.
which was why it was more annoying. So it was an hour into the episode, there's half an hour to go, we just got to the juicy bit about paid ads, and the hard drive just like clicked off and then just couldn't get back on.
I just did that thing and you've gone.
Yeah.
What's done it then? Have you just like during the day just tried to get it back up again? It worked.
I've been trying to do all sorts, and like last night it was going to like 1 a.m. or whatever, trying to find its backup stuff, and then I checked this morning and it still didn't work. And then randomly when I was at the office, just plugged it in and it was just back like it had never gone.
So you probably didn't appreciate my "I don't care" vasectomy email this morning. How are you getting on with those images?
Yeah, I just lost all the hard drive, and it was like, can you do the vasectomy? And I'm like,
I was like, no, it was like you're just gonna have to start again then.
what's this?
In my head, I just went, but I have to deliver. So whatever you got to do, that's fine.
Is what it is.
It is what it is.
Great.
We move.
We move. All right. Well, thank you, lads.
Yeah.
This is going to go out next week. So a week ahead.
Got one back for tomorrow.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, Doctor, Nick, thanks for coming in.
No problem at all.
And Michael, take care.